Squishy, 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 My new blend-in sponges and the batten blenders can be your new best friends. The blend-in set has 4 different sponges in it of varying densities and shapes so that you can get all sorts of different effects with each one. You can use them with pastels, with inks, with paint, for different watercolor effects. I consider them an art studio essential. Before we get started on the sponges themselves, I do just want to show you a little hack. In the packaging, this lovely aqua cardboard comes just as part of it, just so it looks nice until it gets to you. And what I like to do is just attach it to the packaging, the clear part of the packaging, just with packing tape, cello tape. And then it's actually this nice little container that lives on the bottom floor of my palette hotel.
Making faces comes with a variety of ways to apply the beautiful pastels. So I'm going to create inside the I Contoured Face Chart book. This is something I've already started. Let's work on here, just so I can show you just how different the different pastels are with different applications. So let's start with a nice color that's nice and dark so that it's easy for you to see what it is that I'm talking about. I'm going to put this on with my finger first. The next tool, this is the batten blender, a foam tip, and I'm just going to pick up some of the pastels. So lovely, it almost feels like creamy. And see how it looks so different even just with my hand, with my finger. Let me zoom in actually so that I can show you this. So again, with the finger like that, and with this is with that batten blender, and you can really get in there and move that pastel around, get a nice soft edge, lovely powdery finish. Of course, you can come over where you've popped the pastel down with your finger as well and have both ways. You've also got this edge here. Now there is a seam there, so it's not going to be nice and smooth as this, but you can still use that edge for detail as well. And you've also got a little tip, and you can use that as well. And they're all going to have a slightly different look.
For another comparison, I just want to show you applying pastel with one of the Murmalicious brushes and how soft and powdery that looks. So this is wonderful for cheeks or for very light applications. And I am creating on a fairly smooth type of paper. If you had something like an actual pastel paper, or you were creating on clear gesso, you would have a different look again. Or if you were creating on a watercolor paper, a different look again. The pattern of the paper will come through. If you're creating on an even smoother paper, a different effect for all of the different applicators is going to be achieved. But see how soft and pretty that is for the cheeks? It's hard to control the pastel with the paintbrush, but you can with the tracing paper that comes as part of the She Contoured Face Charts. You can use that as a mask. This gives you the ability of applying a hard edge with a very soft medium and a very soft applicator, a beautiful soft brush that's really as soft as something that you would use on your face. But I just want to show you the different looks of each of these things. Now let's look at the blend-in set. So as I said, each of these has a different density. So they're harder and softer. They've all got different edges, different shapes, so you can use them to shape the pastel. These are fabulous for when you want to apply more of the pastel to larger areas. As you can see, you're not going to have the same control as you would with the batten blender, just purely because of the size. Now, that larger surface area means that you can pick up several colors and apply them all at once so that you can mix a color as you go. And as with all pastels, depending on the surface that you're working on, that will completely determine the amount of pastel that is deposited to the surface and how much of it sticks. And of course, you don't have to pick a favorite and just stick with that for the rest of your life. You can use all of these methods together. If you have a look at my face charts video, you'll see more of this application process. So it's just like applying makeup to your face, except you're doing it to your artwork. It's a lot of fun. It's very gratifying. I also love to use the blending sponges through stencils with both my pastels from the Making Faces range and my squid ink. It has such a lovely effect. It almost looks like a fingerprint. I also like to think of my blend-in sponges as a powder puff or a beauty blender where you're actually applying makeup, but instead of onto your face, you're applying it onto your art. So you can lightly create in layers. You can add fixative so that you can keep building up the color and the opacity. And the whole idea is to add that sense of fun to your artwork so that you feel like creating more. This is the batten blender applying some of the palette pastel onto a pastel surface. So this is a type of paper that suits watercolor, and that's what's in the background, but also it's very receptive to pastels. But that foam tip of the batten blender really does give a fantastic way of applying gorgeous, gorgeous color. It's like a clean fingertip. And the reason it's called a batten blender is because you twirl it around like a majorette would twirl her baton, using different sides and different areas for different colors so you don't mix the colors up if you don't want to. It can also help give you the perfect smoky eye for your artwork. I like to use a little bit of the dark smolder drama stick, which is a really lovely dark black, and then smudge it out a little with the batten blender. And you know what? I'm sure there are ways to use these different applicators that I haven't even thought of yet. If you would like to share your discoveries with me, I've got a Facebook group. It's called Jane Davenports Mixed Media Artemologists, and you are absolutely welcome to join and share your artwork. That's where I hang out, there and Instagram. The links are in the description box below, as are the links to find everything from my new Making Faces collection. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.